Portfolios in red and going into losses. Even as markets tend to rise up, confused no matter what strategy you're using, it's just not working. What strategy should I be using to be in profits most of the time, no matter how the market is functioning? Well, all you gotta be is a chameleon. Yes, a chameleon, if it were a human being, it could have earned better profits than us human beings. Now you must be wondering, how can a chameleon earn better profits than us human beings? Well, to know all about that, do watch this video till the end. So the basic comparison between you and a chameleon would be that adaptation, being dynamic. Now what does that supposed to mean? It means that as a chameleon adapts himself into the nature to hide from the eagles which eat them. The same way you with your cash is the chameleon over here, which you need to adapt yourself to stop going into the losses. Alright, so the chameleon is you over here and the losses is the eagle. That is the basic comparison between you and a chameleon. Alright, now how to do so? Let me tell you 3 things. If you don't understand these, you would just never make profits into the market. Alright, so understanding what is the market mood. What does that mean? A market mood is basically understanding that how the markets are doing all around the world. Alright, so if you just see and have a closer look, that we have 3 different kinds of markets, like into the major sectors, which is over here as the Asian markets. Then coming to the next is the European markets. Third is the American markets. Alright, so if the major markets are in an uptrend over here, like the American markets, European markets and the Asian markets, it would not affect the current market of your country in any way. Alright, if they are in the uptrend, that means that the market mood over here is very cheerful. Alright, if the same way the market mood is in crashing mode, like all the markets are crashing down and nothing could work for in your favor to stop your losses. So you need to understand that the market moves over here affect a lot globally, which you're trading in, to know that your market would go up or down. If the global market trend is up, so would your market trend would be up. Alright, because according to that only you could earn in many ways. But if you don't, none of your technicals would work. No matter what you do, the technicals would always fail. Alright, so understand what is the market mood at that situation which you're investing or trading in. Coming back to the second mode, alright, news affecting the markets. So if the market mood, suppose just an example, is very cheerful, alright, and globally also the market modes are in the trend, which is the upwards trend, okay, and so is the technicals is showing positive for you. But suddenly, just for an example, like recently we had a clash between somewhere around India over here and the Chinese over here, that they fought in the boundaries. So suddenly the market started to correct by 100 to 200 points, and we think that the market's gonna crash down. Well, let me tell you, I guess we had this Indo-China clash in the month of June or July probably also. Alright, so why are the markets still going up? Because all these are just the local news. You need to understand that what is the global trend, what is the major global news all around the world which could affect the market into either the upwards trend or the downwards trend. Alright, so if the markets are in a cheerful mode and also the technicals are showing positive, and the global markets like the European, Asian and the American markets are in the upwards mode, none of this local news would affect your investments for the long term or even the mid term. Alright, the local news would definitely affect you for a short term and in a limited way. But as long as the global news are positive and the global trends are upwards, it would not affect your local current markets. Alright, now coming back to the third point. So the technicals won't work unless until you see the above 2 things. If you are a technical analysis, obviously we know a lot of technical tools and we analyze our stuff through these technical charts or the indicators which we always use for our investments. Alright, But what if the global trend is up and the markets are cheerful and all the major markets are going upwards and all the markets all around the world are just rising above? Your technicals won't work at that point of time when all these three things are in the positive side. Alright, so understand that technicals will only work when you are being stock specific or according to your own adaptation to the market. If it is going into the upwardwards, just use your technical analysis over here whenever you get a dip and then earn profits, so on. So these three things, if you know, that the very common thing is being adaptive, which means that adapt yourself according to the market mode over here, how the global markets are going. Then coming to the second thing, if you're a short-term trader, obviously your local news would affect a lot, so obviously listen to the local news, what it is happening. And for the long-term traders, you just need to adapt according to the global news over here. All right, and your technical should also be needed to be adaptive in the nature for the market mood itself and according to the positive or the negative news globally or locally as per your own investments wish. So at the end, all you have to be is very dynamic and adaptive in nature, just as a chameleon. So I hope you understood that the three factors which you need to be adaptive for sure. One is the market mode. You need to understand what is the global market mode. If it is an uptrend, you need to invest and you need to stay invested. The second thing is the news which affect according to your style. If you're a short-term trader, you need to look at the local news, because it affects only for a short-term period. And if you're a long-term investor, you need to see the uptrend or the long-term, global news which affects the market. All right. And coming to the third point, always remember the technicals would only show you the current scenario. So if you get a dip in the market, for suppose in an upward trends or in a cheerful market mode, so always buy that dip, because a dip would be definitely covered, as you can always see that the markets are still rising as for today from the published date of this video. So that's it for the video. I hope you understood.
Thanks for watching, guys. Do hit the like button if you like my content and comment down your queries below. Subscribe the channel for more such videos in the future, and for my social handles, links in the description. Until next time, happy investing. Bye bye.